Hey guys, Rick and Duke, welcome to another episode of Warhog Words of Wisdom. So this one here, guys, it's going to be raw, probably emotional. I'm going to talk to you about the hardest 2 weeks of my life. That was back towards the end of June, 2021. For those of you new to the show, going, hey, who's this Duke character you speak of? So Duco is my combat assault dog. I lost him July 5th, 2021 to osteosarcoma. Almost 3 years, right? It's still raw. It still hurts. And for those of you that's had the privilege of running one of these beasts on the battlefield, or if you're a law enforcement officer, running one of these guys out there in the community, their loss is absolutely devastating. It's part of your soul that's gone, at least for me. Part of your soul that can never be replaced. You build such a bond with these guys. You do things with them. They save your life. They save your teammate's life. And you're alive on this planet because of these very beasts. You know, it's funny when you look at dog, spelled backwards is God. Is there a connection? I don't know. But I can tell you this. From the times I ran Duke, he was definitely looking out for us, without a doubt. He put that dog in my path. And truth be told, I didn't want Duke. Duke was our spare dog. I had a primary dog at the time, Marco, and ended up losing Marco, who was Belgian Malinois. Here we got this Dutch Shepherd. I don't want this guy. Give me any other dog. I'll take any other dog in the kennel except for this Dutchie, right? Man, how wrong I was. Lesson number 1, don't judge a book by its cover. Duke wound up being, in my opinion, the gold standard when it came to assault dogs. This dog, I mean, he wasn't without his issues, don't get me wrong. We spent a lot of time trying to work out some of the things that are baggage that he had, you know, from his European handler. But man, this dog, he absolutely brought it, and he was a complete wrecking machine on the battlefield. Watch his temperament go from calm, cool, collective to flick that switch. He'd hit that beast mode, and watch out, man. Oh, God, I did not want to be on the other side of that bite because he brought it. But really, it's, you know, we end up, so put a little history there for you. Congress passes a law back in 2000, well prior to me being a handler, that they're no longer going to euthanize military working dogs. They're going to give the handlers a chance to take these dogs in retirement. And thank God they did, right? 2017, we retire. Duke comes back to the house, and he's living the good life, man. He's got couch privileges, you know, mama's feeding him goldfish, spending a lot of time with the family, bonding with them, and no kidding, he is becoming part of the family. You know, in 2020, you know, he'd been retired for about 3 years. He's at, you know, almost 13 at this point. And he's got a little gimp in his step. I'm like, all right, let's go take him to the vet and get it checked out. You know, to me, I was just thinking, hey, he slid on the hardwood floors, kind of, you know, jacked his leg up a little bit, but he'll be fine, right? He's Duco. Take him to the vet. And I'll never forget. Man, now I've had this dog. I know this dog inside and out, right? All his medical procedures. I've been there. I've intubated this dog. You know, I've done everything with this dog. And she takes 2 seconds, right where her leg kind of feels around and goes, man, I think it's osteosarcoma. I'm like, osteo, huh? Yeah. I think he's got bone cancer. right there. That's when your world drops. The very dog that you're alive on this planet numerous times, right? Find out he's got cancer. Man, you want to talk about a gut punch. And we're praying. We put out back when we're more active on social. Hey, man, we put the word out. Need your prayers. And long story short, took him to a higher level of care. Did a biopsy. Said, "Yep, osteosarcoma." Said, "All right, here's our course of action. And go ahead and amputate the right rear leg. 4 rounds of chemotherapy. Add to his longevity." So, okay, let's do it. Oh, excuse me. So again, November 2020, that happens. And at that time, the old China virus and all these restrictions, and I'd never been separated from Duke, ever, right? Any medical procedure that dog had, I was always there. And here it is. I got to hand him off. He goes, like a champ, unbeknownst, And you want to talk about that day? Whew, what a long day. Waiting to get the word back. Hey, man, how is he? Yep. Got him back, right rear leg's amputated. He's recovering. See him in a couple days. So, okay. And sure enough, we go back, get Duke, and got the cone of shame on, kind of doing the gimp around. Got to help him out, get that stuff. But God bless to have him back. Absolute blessing right there. So, we continue to work, starts getting his strength. Things are going good. I got a tripod now. That's all right. Still getting after it, right? And the whole premise behind the words of wisdom was me and Duke, sitting in that hotel room, just having a chat about what we all had going on. And that started this whole words of wisdom. So in essence, Duke will always be part of the show. He started it, and he'll run it to the end. For those of you watching, there's a picture of Duke right there. Allie Raines made, God bless that rendition. So lifelike. You got, let me get my other finger over here. Got his, assault vest there. Ricky Harris did the War Dog Duco bone. There's all kinds of Duco memorabilia floating around here. But, we fast forward to June 2021. And again, little paw issue going on. Man, did he tweak it again? He's only got 3 legs, maybe he did. I'm not thinking anything of the cancer because we had just had a month or 2 beforehand, we just had chest x-ray and it was clean. I said, all right, x-ray the paw, nothing going on there. It was a little swollen. And this is a key part, right? This swollen paw will play a huge, huge piece down the road. All right, take an x-ray of the paw. Say, since we got him, let's take another chest x-ray, right? This is 2 weeks out from me losing him. Got some spots back. Man. All right, cancer's come back. What's our options? Let's start formulating a plan, right? This is Duke. We're not going to lose him, right? We've beat this thing once. Let's go at it again. Long story short, during that time, I take him in. About a week later, man, he's not doing oh so hot. And again, we take some more chest x-rays. And that cancer just took him over like nobody's business. We also did some blood work. And in that blood work showed his cells were breaking down. So that edema we saw on his paw wasn't really anything swollen, anything hurt. That was basically him starting to lose fluids or his cells starting to break down. And literally, I'm losing part of me. We got to sit there and make that decision. God bless that decision. When's going to be the day that we send Duco off to heaven? And for me, I was selfish. He is a U.S. service member. He served this country. I said, you know what? I can't do it any other day. We'll do it after July 4th. We'll give him one more 4th of July to celebrate this great country's independence. So we opted for July 5th. In those days, from when we made that decision, I did not leave that dog's side. And Duke got pretty bad, right? Trying to get him, trying to help him move. We ended up pretty much on a diet of Chick-fil-A soup. We did everything we could to keep that dog comfortable. But no one, right? You can't stop that time. And you guys hear me harp a lot about time management, maximizing your time. I would give anything just to have 5 more minutes with that dog. I'd do anything just to spend some time with them. And during that time, you try to spend the best time with him, make him most comfortable. Couldn't get him in the pool, right? Couldn't get him to swim. We tried. Try to put a vest on, try to carry him, really wasn't having it. So we just kind of set up his little cooling spot, how we dubbed Duco's fan, blowing cool air on him and just let him enjoy the outside because he loved to be outside. But man, knowing that time was going, and we look back at time, we'd started a words of wisdom. We really didn't deep dive, but that was the turning factor, right? So here it is, time's going, I'm losing Duke. We started to show we got to get a couple more with him, right? So if you guys watch back to I think it's the first 4 episodes of the Hogg Words of Wisdom, Duke's in there, right? You'll see him. And 3 years later, man, it's still raw. It still hurts. It still cuts deep. Part of my soul, which is gone, can never be replaced until we meet again, right? That's the only time I'll be, in my opinion, whole again with this guy. Why do I say all this? Why do I bring it up? Why do I show my emotions? Why do I even bother to share the story? Well, losing Duke, a lot of things came out of it. First and foremost was the In Honor Duco project. We partnered with Scott's Wish, 501c3 nonprofit, all volunteer, by the way. And we laid out our mission statement for the In Honor Duco project. Number 1, again, me being selfish, was to keep Duco's memory alive. Number 2, which is really the meat of the meat of the mission statement, is to never let another SOF canine handler make a medical decision about their partner based on their finances. Because at the end of the day, right rear leg amputation, 4 rounds chemotherapy, plus the biopsy, all that other stuff. We're looking at close to $15,000, right? How many guys got $15K, especially this day and age, right? Just to burn away. They don't. So this is where we kind of stepped in, partnered with Scott's Wish, and started up the In Honor Duco project. I've had a bunch more to the law enforcement side than really the military side. A lot of guys reach out, just losing their partner. What do you do? Hey man, here's the deal. Do what's going to fit for you, right? There's no rush to pick up their stuff. Duke's bowls still kind of sit out for the other dogs, still, let them use it. It's just something they remember him. The back of my truck has nose prints in there. I will not clean. I won't do it. He used to love going for truck rides. But you have to do you, and you have to figure out what's going to work for you. Don't be in a rush. It's raw. It sucks. That's the only way to really put it. It's part of your soul's gone. but how do you continue to keep the memory? And the outpouring was absolutely fantastic, right? A lot of that was, social driven, which we are super not even on social anymore after being zucked last year. Duke's page loses followers like it's the Titanic sinking. Here it is, a page to memorialize a U.S. service member. That's right, because he was. Yeah, he might have been Dutch born, but he wore the stars and stripes, and God knows he saved his pack, brought all his boys home, right? Go out there in front of us, do just incredible things night after night. Just absolutely amazed at the thing this dog could do. The biggest combat multiplier on the battlefield, without a doubt. But dealing with his loss, man, those 2 weeks, by far the probably hardest thing I ever had to do, because you knew his time was limited. I did not. Every single second I had was spent with him. It's hard. But I'd say for those of you in that situation, those of you that have lost your partner, depending on where you're sitting at with your faith, for me, I know that one day I'll see Duke again, without a doubt. You got to have that faith, man. Man, I can't wait to see him again. Throw the ball for him. But yeah, it's a somber time, right? 3-year anniversary. I'm sure 3-year, 30-year, they're all gonna be raw. It is what he was that much a part of me. And for those of you that run these guys, they become part of you. They're an extension of you in the battlefield. And man, the only way I can put it is losing him. That was part of my soul that was gone. So your war hog words of wisdom is this. To all my canine handlers or just pet owners out there, cherish the time with those guys. You don't know when God's going to sit there and say, hey, it's time to come home. And when you do lose him, just keep in the back of your mind, it's not goodbye. It's till we meet again. Guys, that's your Warhog words of wisdom. Take a moment, remember Duke, the outpouring of support from all the different companies, wearing a hat here from Explosive Apparel Design. Like I said, the social media did us great, getting the word out there, the prayers. And just kind of sucks that, we got zucked and it's not an enjoyable place to be anymore, between Sharon. And then if you want to know more about Duke, we do have, warhog.com, whole kind of page dedicated to him, whole page dedicated to the SOF canines we lost in combat. But more focusing on, hey, the website, the podcast, things we can control. Because at the end of the day, like I said, I've lost all faith in social. I don't even know who's seeing posts now or anymore. Doesn't matter. We'll continue to honor Duco. We'll continue to keep his memory alive. We'll continue to share his stories. And I know it's been a while, right? It's been a while since I really dug deep in Duke. And I think I need to do a better job just continuing to help keep his memory alive. So for those of you, if you're new to the show, it's a little bit about Duke. See, or you can read more about him, see some of the cool things that he's done during his retirement at warhog.com. But guys, just take a moment, think of Duke. If you supported in some way or supported Scott's Wish, the Non Duco Project, thank you guys for all your support. If you're interested in that, just go to warhog.com. In honor of Duco, you'll see all the links if you want to donate or do something like that. But guys, from me to you and Duke, appreciate all the support. One other note, our loop leash that came out, we're a little late getting it to market because we're going to get it out when he was still alive. But when he passed, we got to get some labels remade, right? So every on Duco loop leash says that. says in our Duco. So again, just one more way to keep his memory alive via personal leash. Thank you. If you're interested, again, warhog.com has all that stuff on there. Something that kind of devised out in the battlefield of Afghanistan, built right here in the great state of North Carolina, made in the USA. Had to put that flag on there. Had to retweet the tag, but it's all for Duke, man. But I thank you guys for all your support. Where they gave us, prayers, just the notes, condolences, all greatly appreciated. But just take a moment, think about Duke. Help me share this message. Keep Duco's memory alive. If you know a handler, either military or a police officer that's lost a canine, pass a message to them. Pass the show to them. That's the only way that we're going to help those, because we still want to help, right? We're still going to keep Duco's memory alive. We've outfitted some canine officers, and man, each one of those vests, has that picture right there, embroidered in there. So obviously for my viewers, you're kind of missing out, or excuse me, for my listeners, you're missing out. Viewers, you can see that, but huge part of my life, man. We'll continue to honor him, continue to keep his memory alive. And thank you guys for all your support. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless our troops. And God bless the United States of America. Rick, and in memory of Duco, out.